For the Gander Outdoor Truck Series, the second race as we try to get our second win in the round with Chase Elliott. Elliott coming off that win at Iowa in the first race of the round of 8, so he is locked into the championship 4. Still 3 spots open with a very tight points battle. This one started here. A quick rundown of the point standings before we get really in depth and start qualifying. Here, Ford's +7, Johnny Sauter +2, and Grant Enfinger +1 above the cut line, with Austin Hill -1, -4 for Ben Rhodes, Riley Herbst -5, and -8 for Matt Crafton as we roll into the second race of the round of 8 here tonight. This should be a fun one as we get qualifying underway here at Michigan. Braden Thompson, GJ Coasters Inc., MontTR25 Gamer, welcome to the stream. If there is another chase truck, yeah, we can guarantee it. We're not going to have a truck series race tomorrow, though, so for the next truck series race, though, I will probably alternate that paint scheme. We only got a couple left on the season. At the start-finish line, just one lap here in quick qualifying to see what kind of a lap Chase Elliott has to try and get as good of a qualifying spot as possible. Although he's locked into the championship, still trying to keep the momentum going forward. Just a 100-lap race here tonight. So just a 100-lap race. We got a double header of action here tonight. This truck race in here tonight, Mont. At the start-finish line, 40.519, 16th fastest in qualifying for Chase Elliott. Pole time was a 39.335, and the pole award will go to Ross Chastain. Grant Enfinger will start outside pole in second. Alistair Moore, welcome to the stream. Looks like Chase Elliott will be starting 15th. We got a driver going to the rear of the field here in tonight's race. Oh, tough break for Grant Enfinger as he goes to the rear along with Jesse Little, Mike Harmon, who are 2 non-playoff drivers. Grant Enfinger is a playoff driver and he qualified second, so he's probably going to have a fast truck. He'll be coming from the rear. He'll have somebody to, we'll have somebody to keep an eye on here throughout the course of the race now because of that alone. That gives Chase the inside starting line as Ross Chastain brings the field to the green. We are underway with the steering wheel in hand at Michigan tonight for the Truck Series. 200 miles, 100 laps around this 2-mile tri-oval. Good restart, or initial start, I should say, by Chase Elliott. Has to lift a slight bit, getting up to speed through 1 and 2 to take it to the inside here. 3 wide off of turn 2 down the backstretch, trying to go upside, draft Zane Smith a little bit now. Oh, Smith gets a little loose into turn 3. He made contact there with Chase Elliott. Elliott drives it in deep, trying to get away from him. My goodness. Zane Smith just got really loose, 3 wide middle there, and still 3 wide at the start-finish line as Elliott goes all the way down to the apron trying to give himself more room. 1 lap in the books. Chastain will lead it as they're still side-by-side for the lead. Meanwhile, Chase Elliott already up to 7. This 24 truck looks fast in the beginning of this race. Getting a big draft now off of that 38 truck of Todd Gilliland. 3 wide to the bottom into turn 3. Look at how deep Elliott runs there. The left side's kind of touched the apron. He wiggles up track. The 38 is coming. Oh, man, he just tucked in line right behind him. Trying to cross him back over. He would go to the outside in front of Moffitt, but Moffitt was already there. He carried a huge run off the outside off of turn 4. Stuart Friesen leads lap 2. Austin Hill going for the lead off of turn 2. To the inside of Friesen down the back straightaway. Chastain holding on to 3rd. Elliott clears Todd Gilliland down the back straightaway for 6th. Moffitt goes high. Sauter goes high. Chastain, Elliott to the bottom, as well as the 2 leaders, Friesen and Hill. Hill could not quite keep up with Friesen into turns 3 and 4. No aggressive side draft in there by Elliott that time. He's going to duck in line behind the top 5. Moffitt back to the top again. Look at how deep. Kind of an awkward angle for Chase into turn 1, but he drove it in deep. He's trying to clear the 13 to Sauter. He makes contact. He stuffs Johnny Sauter in the wall. That wasn't a bright idea. But Elliott was committed to trying to pass him, and that was not a good move by Chase Elliott. Nobody lifted there, and that lost Sauter a couple spots as Moffitt got right around him. Sauter going right back after Moffitt for 5th. A little too aggressive, especially in the opening laps of the race for a couple of playoff drivers, one of which in the championship already of Chase Elliott. But Sauter's got too much to race for. He did not need that to happen. Elliott all over the back bumper of Chastain for 3rd. To the inside. Down the back straightaway. He's going to get a little bit of a side draft there. Wasn't too aggressive. Ooh, Elliott a little loose into turn 3 now. Chastain kind of pinching him on the inside as he beats him back to the gas also. Reason's still holding on to the lead. He took the lead at lap 2. Elliott running a little higher, not the top, but higher than what Chastain ran. So Elliott will get to 3rd place easily now, just over a 1.5 seconds off the lead. That is very true, Gigi. Elliott's getting up there quick. Down to the apron here, maybe trying to break the draft if Chastain had a chance to get any sort of a draft down these long straightaways at Michigan. Stream. Caution's out on lap number 8 for the first time today as Stuart Friesen leads in this race. Nobody will hit pit road of the leaders. It looks like Austin Wayne Self will lead everybody from 26th on back onto pit road. Everybody was on the lead lap at the timing of that caution. So kind of interesting there. Chase Elliott just going to stay out with the rest of the leaders here. Might as well stay on the same strategy as the leaders. Don't want to go back in traffic. Keep that track position. This is one of those kind of track position racetracks. And you're going to see that over the course of the day here today. That is for sure. Sebastian Laverne, welcome to the stream. The key. Well, we saw a crazy initial start to the race. Michigan known for crazy restarts, and we'll see it again. Green flag back in the air as Friesen leads him back to the green. Elliott with a great set of shifts from 1st to 2nd, 2nd to 3rd, even 3rd to 4th as he clears everybody going into turn 1 for the lead. Chastain, who restarted in 4th, quickly dropped to the bottom as Elliott kind of left the room open because of how good of a restart Elliott had. And Chastain's up to 2nd place off of turn 2. He couldn't quite clear Friesen yet. Friesen got the run running that higher lane, that middle lane through the corner. That could leave Chase Elliott to pull away now. How about this? Chase Elliott will lead his first lap of the race at lap 13 at the start-finish line this time. Did not take him long to get to the lead whatsoever here tonight as he tries to go for 3 wins in a row in the Truck Series. This would be one heck of a run in the playoff races nonetheless for Elliott. Seems to be performing well almost better in the playoffs than what he did in the regular season. Not to say that he had a bad regular season. He won the regular season championship. He's consistent throughout the course of the year for the most part, but he has definitely won a large ratio of the races that we've ran in the playoffs so far. This is the 5th one. He's looking for his 4th win. Jacob Westbrook, welcome to the stream. Gotta try. I don't know if I'll get to that, Tim, but I like how you keep trying to push it forth. I did not see any of the DLCs yet. I was at work all day and I didn't really have a shot. I got home somewhat earlier, but I didn't get a chance to calculate the points on break today for that Xfinity race last night, so I had to make sure I did that before I went live for this doubleheader tonight. So that's all good to go. Man, Chase Elliott just cakewalking since the restart. That clean air really paying off. During off season, I'll consider it. Man, sorry. Got a frog in my throat tonight. I'll consider, but I mean, especially with Thunder 04 coming to the series, you're probably going to see more of that in the off season than anything else. The caution's out again. So second caution of the race at lap 15. I'd have some more trucks heading pit road here. Mike Harmon, John Hunter Nemechek, Jason White, Tyler Hill will be the 4 drivers to hit pit road. We'll have 82 to go and we go green. Still 4 sets of tires there, but we're not even halfway through the run yet. So Chase Elliott going to stay out of the pits here. Hold on to that race lead, hold on to the track position. Does not want to be mid-pack on a restart, that is for sure. Stay out of the mid-pack as much as he can tonight. Everybody's still on the lead lap. BLNX, welcome to the stream. Chase Elliott been awesome on the start/restarts here tonight. Green flag back in the air at Michigan. Already 82 laps to go, but 2 cautions kind of hindering the progress into this race in the early going, so we'll see. We've had some crazy races in the Cup Series at Michigan, but we have one in the Truck Series here tonight. So far, Elliott looks to have the best truck, especially in the long runs. Riley Herbst has jumped up to 37 points below the cutoff line coming into this race tonight. He needs a good showing. Ben Rhodes also about 4 points below the cutoff line in the top 5 now. He's up to 4th. Alternate through the different camera angles as we get up to speed at Michigan for the first time here tonight. Again, first of 2 races on a doubleheader Wednesday night. Got the Xfinity Series, just a 50-lap event, a shortened race at Daytona coming up, and it will be the second and final shortened race of the season, so no more shortened races for any of the 3 series going forward. Again, we simply had a couple of them for each season for these custom schedule seasons, although I consider them full race live streams just because I'm shortening the length. They're still technically full races in my opinion, just because I shorten the lengths. It just goes with the variation of the schedule and everything like that, so that's why we did it for a couple races. We did jump up to second in the point standings, but Austin Cindric still kind of had a net gain of 2 points. Kyle Busch 20 points back going into that race tonight, so it'll be a lot of fun in a 50-lap sprint. Going to be a large sense of urgency at Daytona. I'm sure you'll see some great racing there at the end of the night. And that kind of starts our mini speed week, so to say. Of course, we got that, and then starting tomorrow, we got NASCAR Thunder 2004 coming to the channel. Full race live streams with a realistic broadcast as normal, but Thunder 04, so new game to the series. And that will start at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. We will also do a NASCAR Heat 5 stream earlier in the day. We'll run the next race of the Xfinity schedule, which will be at Road America. That will likely come up in the late morning hours or early afternoon, but you can plan on Thunder 04 coming up at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. That's if I can live stream it. I really hope I can live stream it. I'll figure that out before the end of the stream tomorrow. I'll let you guys know during that Road America stream early in the afternoon if I can actually live stream it or not. I should be able to, but just in case. So we'll have the Budweiser shootout starting off the speed weeks there, and then Win 125, our Gatorade dual race, will be on Friday. Daytona in real life for the Cup Series on Saturday, and then Sunday we'll have our Daytona 500 for Thunder 04. So big week at Daytona and a big week on the channel in general. So if you're new to the channel, subscribe for more daily NASCAR content, such as those streams and other NASCAR videos on the channel. Black Ace, welcome to the stream. What driver am I going to be using? That's going to be a surprise. So tune in tomorrow and I'll let you guys know. I'm going to be doing 2 seasons, and I have the 2 drivers in hand that I am going to use. I'm just not sure which one I'm going to use first necessarily. But I do know what 2 drivers I will be using. Ooh. Almost got in the wall down the front stretch there, looking at the chat too long. 5.5 second lead for Chase Elliott. Those quick cautions kind of helped him out a little bit, only because nobody hit pit road. Now, if we would have had pit stops under those cautions, they would not have worked out in Chase Elliott's favor, but because nobody had, at least in the front half of the field, hit pit road under the first 2 yellows, Elliott was able to get good restarts and kind of pull away with those older tires. So when everybody's on equal old tires, Elliott's definitely got the fastest truck in the field. He'll be the first to hit pit road. He's only halfway through the tire run, but only about a little less than 15 laps that he can go on fuel now. 75 laps to go. We're a quarter of the way through this first race of our doubleheader here tonight. Thunder 04 is at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. Bud Shootout at Daytona. Don't let it be Gordon. I can guarantee you it will not be Jeff Gordon. Yeah, definitely some clean progress so far, that is for sure. Had a little contact on the opening lap going 3 wide. Zane Smith got really loose into turn 3. He kind of got into Elliott, and that's the only contact he has made with anything all day today. He's kept it off the wall through the first quarter of the race, and no contact with any other drivers. So we'll have to see how these pit stops work out. Remember, we have had a grand total of 10 trucks hit pit road between the first 2 cautions of the race. So Chase Elliott and the top 15 to 20 trucks will have to hit pit road about 8 to 12 laps before the rest of the field. That could set a different pit strategy if we do somehow stay green to the end. You never know, this could turn into a fuel mileage race. We've seen in Cup Series races that there has been fuel mileage races here at Michigan in the past. Well, we see one in the Truck Series here today. We've also seen some in the Truck Series. We've actually seen some really good Truck Series races in real life at Michigan over the last few years. A couple of photo finishes in there. Austin Hill's win last year came in a photo finish. Eric Darnell and Bill Wester had a photo finish in the mid-2000s at this racetrack also. Yep, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time tomorrow for Thunder 04. The NASCAR Heat 5 race at Road America for the next Cup Series race, or Xfinity Series race for that custom schedule season. That'll be, I'm not exactly sure on a start time because it depends what time I can get off the golf course in the morning. But plan on anywhere between 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., somewhere around there. Late morning, early afternoon. Tomas Perez, welcome to the stream. Oh, jeez. That didn't happen. I was looking at the chat too long again. Still been a clean race. That looked really bad. Called 88, welcome to the stream. Vibing in the Ritz car. We'll get this out of the way early on here today as Chase Elliott's pulling away a 13-second lead over freezing no lap traffic to deal with right now. Trivia question of the day. It's a Truck Series question based on Michigan International Speedway. It's been a couple days since we had the trivia. I want to do this daily, but with being at work the last couple days, I didn't really look up trivia facts. I was able to look up a couple for tonight's races. So first, we're going to start off with this one. In Truck Series history at Michigan International Speedway, they've been racing there since 2002. Only 2 drivers have won more than 1 race at the racetrack. Who are they? Hint to the answer of the question, they're both Truck Series champions, former champions in the Truck Series. So that is the question. Who has won, or who are the only 2 drivers in the Truck Series to win 2 races at Michigan? And they are both former Truck Series champions. The finale for the Truck Series is at Vegas for this custom schedule season. Inside Uranus, welcome to the stream. Travis Quaffle is not the answer. That's a good question, or a good answer to the question. I didn't even look to see if he won once. I would have to imagine he did. He was really good in the early 2000s in the Truck Series. Matt Crafton is not one of them either. Bush and Sauter, nope, neither one of those 2. I'll also give you another hint of the question. One of the champions still races currently in the series today. One of them, not both, but just one. So caution's out for the 3rd time already at lap 33, and it looks like the rest of the field is going to hit pit road to the drivers that have not already pit. So this could get to be a very crazy restart on 31st. Not sure who exactly brought out that 3rd caution. Todd Bodine, Ron Hornaday, no, neither one of those 2. Have won multiple races at Michigan either. It's a very tough question. I try to make them as tough as I can. I don't want you guys to get them right. Green flag back in the air. Top 4 all staying out of the pits. Elliott gets to restart on the bottom once again. He has not restarted on the top yet, and that has helped him so much because look at the run he's got, plus the fresher tires. Quickly to the lead in 1 and 2 goes Elliott. Clearing Mike Harmon and Tyler Hill off of turn 2. Brent Moffitt is one of them. Brent Moffitt is the one current driver. So, Cole got one of them right. I'll give you guys another lap or 2 to try and get the last driver. And again, try not to look it up on Google. Actually, don't look it up on Google if you can help it. Grant Enfinger, who started at the rear of the field, he was going to be a talk of the day in a short 100-lap race. Was he going to get to the front? He has gotten up to 3rd place. One of the drivers on fresh tires right now. No, I usually don't give hints at all, so the fact that I gave the hint that they're both former champions and one of them races now, what you guys got Moffitt out of the way, I can't give it to you. I feel like you guys are close, but you just haven't gotten it yet. Dennis Setzer, that's a good one too, but no, Dennis Setzer is not the answer to the question. I'll give you guys one more lap. We cross the start-finish line next time. I'll give you guys the answer to the question. 63 laps to go. Chase Elliott currently has a 2.5-second lead on Enfinger. He doesn't quite have the short-run truck, but we'll see with the clean air if he can at least manage the gap enough to hold on to the lead. Grant Enfinger coming from the rear of the field up to 2nd with no stages. Didn't cost him any points, it looks like. No, it's a Truck Series championship. They had to have won a Truck Series championship. Hence the Truck Series question, but... Joshua White, welcome to the stream. Jack Sprague, no. 62 to go. Stuart Friesen up to second place. Elliott and Grant Enfinger were really close there on lap times. Yeah, we are doing a doubleheader tonight. We still got Daytona for the Xfinity Series coming up after this. I don't have to work tomorrow, so I am A-okay. And I've actually gotten decent sleep this week. So the answer to the question is Greg Biffle. Greg Biffle was the other driver. Called had mentioned Brett Moffitt, but Greg Biffle is the other driver to have won 2 races at Michigan in the Truck Series. So only 2 drivers have done that, and they've been racing there once a year since 2002. And they actually had 2 races there this year because of a doubleheader. So very interesting. Yep, the Biff. Also, fun fact to that, Greg Biffle won the first 2 races at Michigan in the Truck Series. He is the only driver to win back-to-back races in the Truck Series at the racetrack. Brett Moffitt did it over the course of 2 different seasons, or he had 2 races in between in which he did not win. But you got half the question. You got half the question, Cole. You didn't get the full question, but you did get half. Oh, you got a question. Gotcha. I was thinking you said you got the question like that I answered. Austin Hill up to second place. He's cut into that lead on Elliott slightly, but you can tell Elliott with the clean air. Fresh tires, old tires, it doesn't matter. This 24 truck is on a rail tonight. And Chase is going to be tough to beat. Ran a clean race. Hasn't gotten into the wall at all. Made slight contact on the opening lap going 3 wide into turn 3 with Zane Smith, and that wasn't even Elliott's fault. He held his line perfectly. Smith got a little loose. Kind of got into him just a little bit, but it wasn't even heavy contact. So again, just a clean night so far. Oh, who doesn't remember Cousin Carl? Did you look at... Okay, hang on. It's Inside Uranus says that Travis Quaffle won in 04 and 07. I gotta look that back up. I might have missed that. I've not been stat corrected on a question yet. This is only the 4th time we've done it, but I've not gotten stat corrected yet. I usually... Oh, man. I don't know how I'm going to search this up unless we get another caution. Oh, this is going to be difficult. History. There's a start. I might not even have to actually type anything. I'm looking up that stat correction here. And Quaffle is a former champion in the Truck Series, so if that is the case, show you guys my skill that I can race with one hand. This is multitasking at its best right here. Oh no! Right, I just spoke too soon. That's the first time we've hit the wall today. It's because I'm literally trying to search for the Google, or search for the answer. I don't know if we're going to count that as actually hitting the wall. We have to. There's a little bit of damage there. Well, luckily it's not heavy. Quaffle won in 07. Oh my goodness. In 04, you're right. Inside Uranus is correct. Oh, Austin Hill's got an issue. He was in 2nd place, and Hill's got an issue. Playoff implications at Michigan. Hill came in barely above the cut line, and he's got a problem while running in second. I don't know how I missed that. But yeah, Travis Quapple won 2 races also. So Inside Uranus gets part credit to that also. I'll give you a half a point. Amari P, welcome to the stream. I am really sorry for that. Any tips for creating a custom schedule championship? Try to do each track once as many times as possible. I feel like that creates so much more variety to it. And then, so if you do, say, a Cup Series schedule, you can have up to 36 races. And you can run each track once, and I think you would have a repeat track 4 times, if I'm not mistaken. I think you would have 4 tracks you'd have to run twice. So at that point, just put your favorite tracks on there, the tracks that might add the most drama. That's why we have an extra Daytona and Talladega race in these seasons, Bristol and stuff of that nature. "17 people watching currently right now. Elliott running a very clean race for the most part over the course of this one. Enfingers moved up to second place once again. He started at the back of the pack and 34th today. Here, 1 pit stop for the field so far. And we are still likely 2 pit stops away from the end of the race, even if this does go green to the finish. Called you would donate $100. Oh man, that's cool, man. You don't have to donate that much, but by all means, I will not complain about it. But yeah, that'd be. I can't wait until we get to 1,000 subs. They say the hardest goal to reach as far as subscribers on YouTube is your first 1,000. And if you can stick it out to that point, usually. 50 laps to go. We're halfway home at Michigan here tonight. Again, first race of a doubleheader on the channel today. Truck Series, Xfinity Series action. We got Michigan in the trucks, Daytona in the Xfinity Series. Yeah, like, share, and subscribe for sure. Nine-and-a-half-second lead. Chase Elliott. This truck is on a rail here tonight. There's a lot of playoff drivers we've seen in the top 5. Austin Hill having that issue. Is he on the racetrack again, or can he get back on the racetrack? If he isn't, I would imagine if he's not on the track right now, I don't think he is going to get back out there by the end of the race. Yeah, we can't have any donations until 1,000 subscribers because I'm not available, or I'm not eligible for Super Chat until we get to 1,000. So once we get to 1,000, I can start getting paid by YouTube, but 48 to go now, so just past halfway. This could be a one-stop race to the finish. It would be much closer, 2 for sure, but we know tires aren't a factor here. It's all on fuel. Ben Rhodes, Riley, Herbst, Grant, Enfinger, Elliott. 4 of the 8 drivers in the playoffs in the round of 8 are in the top 5. Stuart Friesen, the only oddball there, in 3rd. Friesen has not won a race yet this season, nor has he won a race in real life this year. Really down season for Stuart Friesen in real life in the Truck Series, as well as here in Heat 5. He's up to 2nd place though on Enfinger. He's had a couple of good runs since these playoffs have started, but that's about it. Lap traffic over the last few laps here for Elliott. Back of the pack as of right now. But by far, Elliott has led the most laps. Took him 13 laps to get to the lead, but he has led every green flag lap since. The only laps he has not led since that point was simply by him pitting, and we have 4 drivers stay out under that last caution back at lap 33. 3 cautions so far total already here tonight. What was already scheduled to be a shorter race. Just simply because it's 100 laps. We're doing a full race. This just isn't a very long one at all. Ooh, my goodness. Yep, the expert is, or the difficulty is on expert. 105. Every series, every race. Yeah, Heat 5 had an update. I just didn't, by the time I actually got the PlayStation up and running today, I didn't want to wait for the application to download. I didn't even see how long it was going to take. So I should have it by tomorrow. Oh, easily. Yeah, I can have it in rest mode tonight if I really wanted to. 44 laps left. Again, first of 2 races on a double header here tonight. We'll probably have about a 20-minute break in between races so I can get something to eat, refill my water, and we'll get on with that Daytona race again about 15 to 20 minutes after the conclusion of this one. And so all the drivers that did not pit under that last caution look like they're just coming out of the pits as we speak. And once Todd Gilliland in 14th goes a lap down, we'll just have 13 drivers back on the lead lap. When did I start playing video games? I really don't know. I've been playing them for a while. I'd like to say I don't know, because I remember playing like NASCAR video games since I was a little kid. I remember Madden 06 was like one of the first few games I had too. MLB The Show 05 I think was one of the first games I had, along with NASCAR no, not NASCAR 05 at the time. It was Thunder, what'd I say, 2003 I think? I think it was Thunder 2003. It's the first game. But I don't think I played it right when it released either. I want to say I was probably like 5, 6, 7 years old, somewhere around there. Vogelman in 13th, about to go a lap down, 41 to go, and Elliott is trying to put as many truck drivers a lap down as possible here, just in case. Elliott strictly just going for a win. No more playoff points on the line for Chase. He's locked into the championship 4 after winning the first race of the round of 8 at Iowa last week. Again, that race was actually, oh sorry, no, yeah, that race was on Sunday afternoon. 40 to go. Yeah, I'm either going to be really, really bad at NASCAR Thunder 04 or I'm going to be just as good there as I am here. I trust my capability, but not playing that game in at least 10 years, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, I'm not going to lie. We're going to go on the hardest difficulty there is there. I honestly can't remember exactly like what the difficulty ranges are, but we'll go as hard as we can. We might need custom setups to run with those guys. I don't usually use custom setups, at least for NASCAR Heat, but we're going to have to use custom setups there, I would have to imagine, so I might try to mess around with it in practice before I start streaming and stuff to see what I can do, but I'd like to try and figure out the setups myself, although the advice would be nice. If we start to get in trouble halfway through the season and we're still struggling in the championship standings, I'll probably ask for your guys' help, but for the start of the season, I really want to try to figure it out on my own if I can. Ross Chastain has fallen back to 10th, started on the pole, and he was about to go a lap down there, but we have trouble in turn 1. Truck up in smoke, can't tell who it is from right here. I believe it's Zane Smith. So problems for Zane Smith on the racetrack. 39 to go at the timing of that 4th caution of the race. So pit stops coming up once again, and we are right at the edge of the fuel window here. So this is going to be very interesting to say the least. Free pass will go to Gus Dean in 11th. But with Smith dropping out of the race, that'll leave just 10 drivers on the lead lap. Anyway, Here's the Champ Gaming. Welcome to the stream. So here we go. Elliott wins the race off pit road again, and for the 4th time we'll have a restart. Elliott has been on the inside the entire night, especially and even at the start of the race. But we'll see. We got the faster trucks at the front of the field this time. Elliott gets through the shifts perfectly once again. Just 35 to go at Michigan. Will this be the final restart of the race? And if it is, can we make it on fuel to the end? We've seen a lot of fuel mileage races in the Xfinity Series. We've seen 3 over the last 7 or 8 days. But will we see one in the Truck Series here tonight? Elliott has the clean air on the restart as they fan out. 2-3 wide back through the pack behind us. As we get up to speed, Elliott already with a half a second lead. As Ben Rhodes, Stuart Friesen battle it out for second. Jordan Anderson in the top 5. Where'd he come from? Riley Herbst, Grant Enfinger battling for 5th. Ben Rhodes up to second. Arguably had one of the faster trucks at Iowa, but with an early caution in the middle of those first green flag pit stops, put him in a hole that he could not dig himself out of. Still had a top 10 run, but his chances of the win went away. But here today, can he win at Michigan to get himself into the championship 4? Barely pointed his way into the playoffs and then barely pointed his way into the round of 8 itself. Friesen has caught to the back bumper of Elliott. Adjustments might have been made by those drivers behind Chase. Elliott, that protective line down the back straightaway. Friesen on the bottom, trying to get every little bit of a draft he can off of that 24 truck of Elliott. Elliott just needs to hit his marks perfectly. He should be fine. Rhodes gaining some ground off of turn 4. He looks to the outside of Friesen for second place down the front stretch. 32 to go. Look at Rhodes kind of pulling Friesen back with the side draft. Elliott able to arc the corner a little bit. Friesen to the inside for the lead. And here comes Riley Herbst, who's been outside the top 5 most of the day. That was a big side draft down the back stretch by Elliott, but look at how much he was able to pull Friesen down the back stretch into 3. Friesen kind of goes up the track. He's trying to side draft Elliott also. They're still side by side for the lead. No longer. Stuart Friesen to the front of the field. Herbst to second. Elliott back to 3rd. followed by Rhodes and Moffitt now back in the top 5 since the first time since the early going. Riley Herbst going for his first win of the playoffs, looking for a championship 4 spot. Elliott got back to the gas really well. He kept Rhodes behind him. Herbst kind of got blocked off there by Friesen. Elliott back to the bottom. Elliott, Herbst digging hard through turns 3 and 4. Still side by side for second. That might allow Friesen to get away slightly. Herbst had a really good run off of 4. And again, don't forget about Ben Rhodes right there. Elliott's got the faster long run truck. Look at him. He's going to try a higher line through 1 and 2. But that might have just allowed Ben Rhodes to get to his inside. And that was probably not the wisest idea by Elliott. He's going to carry a lot of speed down the back straightaway, though. It might work out after all. Rhodes couldn't get enough of a side draft off a turn number 3. Friesen leaves the bottom open. Look at Chase Elliott all the way to the apron. Contact now with Riley Herbst. He slid up the track. He went for it all, and he didn't get it as Friesen pulls him off of 4 once again. 29 laps to go at Michigan. Elliott struggling to get around Herbst for second place. Herbst hasn't been giving him a lot of room. Elliott clears him off of turn 2 finally for second place. Just a couple truck lengths off the lead. Ultimate Games, welcome to the stream. Friesen in that middle lane. Cuts down to the bottom right in front of Elliott. Elliott got out of the gas a little more than usual. Didn't want to run into the back of Friesen there. Friesen's really arcing his corners off a lot later than what Chase Elliott is. Interesting line to say the least. Kind of a protective line, but it's risky. Elliott might get under him one of these times, like right there, into turn 1. Elliott drives it in deep on Friesen. There's a slight bit of contact. Elliott got tight underneath the 52 truck. That Friesen Hallmar Racing truck. As Friesen holds on. So hard to pass that truck in clean air no matter who it is. Elliott drives it in deep through 3 and 4 now. Can he clear Friesen? Not quite. Friesen gets the pull off that right rear corner panel. They are side by side for the lead. Elliott trying to side draft right back. Look at how perfectly he side drafts him. Elliott leads the lap at the line. 27 to go. And clears Friesen into turn 1 for the lead. For the third different time today, Elliott is leading laps. Riley Herbst going for second on Friesen now. They're side by side through 1 and 2. As Chase Elliott now tries to drive away later and later in here on out. Fuel could be a factor. We are looking at a possible fuel mileage race here at Michigan tonight. He's about a quarter of a lap short on fuel. Chase, that is. Elliott is about a quarter of a lap short on fuel as we speak. We'll alternate through the different camera angles for the final time tonight with 25 to go. Tires no issue. Fuel is an issue. So Elliott's got the fastest truck on the racetrack the last couple laps now as he has the clean air. He's slightly pulling away. Lap traffic will come about at some point in time over the course of this run if we stay green to the end. And so will fuel mileage. There are a lot of drivers, or not a lot of drivers, but there are 10 drivers on the lead lap that have a shot to win this thing. If we stay green to the end, depending on who might be able to make it on fuel and who might not. As of right now, Elliott's committed to making it to the end. Not going to save anything yet, at least, because we still only have about a 2-second lead. Still got one more set of tires that he can put on the race truck if he needs. But if he does have to make a green flag stop, it will be a gas and go only, a quarter of a tank of fuel, and that would be it. If we get a caution, that might end up changing the strategy completely here. And we saw how desperate everybody was to try and get to that lead on the last restart. Will we see that again if we get another caution? We've had 4 cautions today, which might not seem like a lot, but in a 100-lap race, and a pretty short length nonetheless at Michigan for the Truck Series tonight, only 200 miles. 4 cautions in the first less than 70 laps is actually quite a bit in that stretch of time. We haven't really had a very long green flag run. No green flag stops at all today. This would be the longest green flag run of the race if we do go to the end caution free from this point on. Grant Enfinger has moved to the top 3. He's up to 3rd, and he's breathing down the neck of Friesen for 2nd. Enfinger's had a topsy-turvy kind of a night. Is the 2nd season going to be Ryan Blaney? Yes, it is. For the Cup Series, Ryan Blaney will be used for the 2nd season. Of course, he's my favorite driver, so definitely wanted to do that. But I'll have you guys vote for the Truck and Xfinity Series come Season 2. When the time comes. Obviously, I'm not taking any votes right now, but when the time comes. Four-and-a-half-second lead. Enfinger is up to 2nd place again. He's kind of struggled on the restarts, but he's definitely got a fast race truck to say the least. 20 laps to go at Michigan now for Chase Elliott. Doesn't take him long. Leads for a couple laps and kind of falters for a few laps, and really he's the fastest truck on the racetrack after about 7-8 laps into the run. It does not take long for this race truck to really kick in. 5-second lead already. That's cool, Mont. And don't forget, for Season 2, we're doing the regular schedules that were supposed to be in place before COVID hit for all 3 series. Oh, Elliott all the way to the top. He's in the wall into turn 3. He thought Greenfield was going to take the bottom, went to the top, got on the brakes to keep it off the wall, but he couldn't quite do it. And that's really the first mistake Elliott's made today. It's kind of a lighter brush, but it was a brush nonetheless. How am I doing on career mode? So we're still leaving off at the last video. I will have a video uploaded at some point in time here in the next couple days. Might even see one tomorrow. We'll go all the way to the apron. Really shows the grip in the race truck, by the way, to run the apron, because that's not a good line at Michigan at all. It's very risky, but Elliott's made it work today. Made it work there. Getting past the lap car. That's the revised schedule, right? No, it's going to be the 2020 schedule that was supposed to be put in place. Because if we do the revised schedule, we can't race at Watkins Glen. We can't race at Sonoma, Chicagoland, and only once at Richmond. So it does kind of take some of the racetracks out of there, especially some of the funner ones. So we're definitely going to do the regular schedule that was supposed to be in place before COVID hit. So at the very start of the season, when Speed Weeks rolled around, that's the schedule we're gonna use, and we will be using stages for each one of those races for that season. So that was the 2 major things. Was we were doing custom schedule for Season 1 and no stages. We're doing regular schedule and stages for Season 2. Playoffs, obviously, in this custom schedule for each series, and playoffs will still be in place for Season 2 there. Just one question, can I drive with one hand? I could, it's just a lot easier with two. Not every track, but this track, yeah, I can run with one. I just run two just to make sure I hit my line perfectly. So it is a little bit quicker, obviously. It's harder to keep it straight down the tri-oval. I was kind of doing it a little bit earlier, but I was kind of looking away from the screen at the same time, so it wasn't perfect. The race truck's handling perfectly fine. I'm not loose, I'm not tight. Like, this is a perfect handling truck that happens to be fast also. If the handling wasn't there, it'd be a little harder, but the handling is all there. I ran about a lap and a half one-handed, left-handed. I'm a right-handed guy too. Granted, the left probably helps the pull in the corner, but that's one thing too. I'm right-handed, but even when I race, I seem like I use my left hand a little more than my right. Kind of like a Dale Jr. style, like how I race. He's left-handed, so if you've ever watched in-car cams of Junior racing, he's got both hands kind of closer together. That's kind of how I tend to race. I have the left hand at the top of the wheel, so when I arc it in the corners, I'm using more of my left arm than my right arm. It just feels more comfortable.
Careful, still there.
10-second lead for Chase Elliott on Stuart Friesen. And again, fuel mileage will become a factor here in this one. Gaming Hot Plays, welcome to the stream. Yep, definitely doing pretty well here tonight. 11-second lead now. And these guys could be backing off and saving more fuel. Just 12 laps to go here for Chase Elliott, as he is about a full lap short, so 2 miles short on fuel to the end of the race. It's going to be very tough. For those of you that were watching over the last like 3 or 4 laps, I was racing one hand, so it was put 2 back on it just to make sure I hit my lines perfectly here. We're probably going to have to back off in the corners to try and save fuel. Elliott not going to save yet, though. He's a full lap short. So 2 miles to try and save, because this is a 2-mile racetrack. Three wide down the backstretch. Gustine will go a lap down, so just 9 trucks on the lead lap if we were to get a caution. Gustine would obviously be in the free pass position. Jordan Anderson still a good run, 13th. And Matt Crafton running outside the top 10 again. He was the worst finisher in that first race at Iowa. He finished 17, pretty much struggled most of the day outside the top 10. 10 laps to go at Michigan. Who will win, and what will the fuel mileage look like as Chase Elliott leads this race? This is going to be tough. Off of turn 4, will that bring out a caution? If so, it'd be the 5th of the race. It's Raphael. Can he nurse it all the way back to pit road without there being a yellow? Caution changes everything. It really splits the strategy of who might pit, who might stay out, because we got some guys tracking to be short, but with a caution, you could probably save enough fuel. Unless that caution leads us to overtime, of course. Might be a little different. Eight laps to go. 18.5-second lead over Friesen. Seven to go this time by. One will Chase decide to save. He really wants to get to the white flag in case there's a caution as well. That is for sure.
Careful, still there. You got room, you're clear.
Caution if everybody pits. That is going to really, well, pits and takes tires, but that is really going to be a huge factor in this one. And again, we've had 4 cautions, and we last went green with 35 to go. Garrett Master 2000, welcome to the stream. Six laps to go at Michigan.
Still there. All right, you're clear.
Elliott in fuel saving mode. Way off the gas through 1 and 2. He's going to be saving a lot here. He was coasting it big time through 1 and 2. Running down on the apron. I mean, Elliott's backing it way down. He had about a 22.5-second lead when he started to save fuel. 5 laps to go at Michigan here for Chase Elliott. 10 miles to go to decide the winner. Jackson Thomas, welcome to the stream. Elliott in the wall there a little bit through 1 and 2. He wants to back it off, but not like that. Looked at the chat a little too long. That's all the problem was there. Down to the flat on the apron. It's definitely risky with how much he's backing off as he tries to stay out of the way of the 0-2 truck there of Tate Fogelman in 11th. 4 laps to go. He's going to try to get a draft down the straightaways off of Fogelman. I mean, Elliott is backing way, way off. And he's only going to be running half throttle all the way on the inside of the track, trying to shorten the racetrack up as much as possible. He's doing everything he can. He's running half throttle. He's in about 11 seconds off the lead. Slow and steady, might have to win this race today at Michigan. Elliott was saving this much. He's committing himself to trying to make it to the end. Half throttle now down the front stretch. 3 to go at Michigan. Elliott saved a ton of fuel that last lap. I mean, he has backed his pace off considerably. Caution. With 3 to go, caution is out. Wow. Free pass goes to Gustine. And that is where the risk of saving as much fuel and back it off. Elliott was a lap and a half away from the white flag. If he was running full pace, could he have gotten there? Because it would have been close if he could have gotten to the white flag. If he would have known there was a caution. Elliott's going to have to pit here. We're going to overtime at Michigan. And a lot of guys took fuel only, it looks like here. It's tough to say what the strategy is. Maybe there's 2 tires. Green flag in the air. Elliott restarts in 8th. Overtime at Michigan. And for the first time tonight, he is restarting on the outside, quickly trying to jump to the bottom. All the way to the apron through 1 and 2. Look at Elliott. What a power move by Chase. He's in the lead off of turn 2, but can he hold on? He took tires under that pit stop while he was at it. Everybody else, I believe, took fuel only. If that is the case, Elliott's going to walk away now that he has the lead off of turn 2. White flag in the air, 1 to go at Michigan. 2 laps past the scheduled distance as we are in overtime here tonight. What looked like it was going to be a fuel mileage race, everybody topped off to make sure they could make it the extra laps. But Elliott was the only one to take tires of the lead lap cars, and it's going to prove to be the strategy to get to the win. Checkered flag in the air for Elliott off of turn 4. His 3rd straight victory, and it comes at Michigan. With the bold strategy to take 4 tires and lose the track position on the restart. A race in which he dominated all night. How quickly he was able to get to the bottom was a very, very, very big factor there. Haiti, welcome to the stream. As Elliott blows the engine in the victory celebration. Man, oh man. As he coasts it into victory lane on the front stretch at MIS. In the first and only truck race at Michigan this season, Chase Elliott will get the victory. 4 of the first 5 playoff races have been won by Elliott, 3 in a row. 64 minutes total time in the race today. We went to overtime. We had 5 cautions and 10 drivers finished on the lead lap. So that is an hour and 4 minutes total time. Next career mode episode will be out within the next 2 days. Yep, Haiti, welcome to the stream. Mike is out of sync. Well, that's a bummer. It was out of sync. At least it came at the end and not the entire stream, I guess. If we're looking at the positives here, and luckily we can reset that come the next stream. So again, we will be running Daytona 15 to 20 minutes after I exit out of this and close the stream. We'll look at the race analysis here in this one. A lot of playoff drivers in the top 5 and even the top 10. Elliott gets the win. He won at Iowa, so he was already in the championship as he builds more momentum now towards the championship race here. Stuart Friesen finished in second, non-playoff driver. Another second place finish for him this season. Ben Rhodes, the next closest playoff driver, finishes third. Grant Enfinger in fourth after starting at the rear. Good performance by Grant. Riley Herbst, another playoff driver, also fifth. So 4 of the 8 playoff drivers finished in the top 5 tonight. Moffitt in 6th, Sheldon Creed 7th, another playoff driver. Chastain in the top 10, he finished 8th. Jordan Anderson with a great run in 9th. He was in the top 10 most of the day, and Gus Dean finished the top 10 in 10th place. Other playoff drivers, Matt Crafton finished 2 laps down in 13th. Rough go for him here today. And not 1 but 2 playoff drivers DNF. So huge points implications after this race. Johnny Sauter and Austin Hill. Both playoff drivers, both DNF'd in the first half of the race. So I'll have to calculate the points right after the end of this one. But I can almost all but guarantee that Sauter and Hill, despite both being ahead of the cut line coming into the race, will likely be well below going into that cutoff race at Michigan. I'd have to assume Crafton would be below also. He finished outside of the top 10 in the first two. But with Talladega will be the last race of the round of 8. It'll likely be a couple weeks before that race. But that should be interesting when the time comes. Again, a lot of Xfinity races and Thunder 4 videos coming over the next couple of weeks. Again, that starts tomorrow. But again, that is going to do it here for this one. Don't worry about the points there. I had to do a shortened season to make sure the DNFs were still going to be on. As there's Chase Elliott in victory lane. Another win for Chase this season. Looking like the championship favorite here in the Truck Series, without a doubt. The regular season champ trying to become a Truck Series champion for the first time in his career. Austin Hill had the fastest lap, 39.973. Remember, he was in second place when he DNF'd 85 of the 102 laps led by Chase Elliott today. Grant Enfinger on the move again, started 30th at the rear, finished 4th. Johnny Sauter started 4th, DNF, finished 31st. He had a tough break in this one. And again, that is going to do it for this one. Subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. Hit the like button down below if you enjoyed the race, the commentary, the video in general. And I'll see you guys in a little bit. Daytona Xfinity Series, second race of our doubleheader here tonight in 15 to 20 minutes. So I'll see you guys soon.